Today is Friday, November 28, 2014, the 332nd day of the year. There are 33 days remaining until the end of 2014. On this day in 1520, after navigating through a strait in the southern end of South America, Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan, sailing for Spain, reaches the Pacific Ocean, becoming the first European to sail from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific. It's close to 30 years since Columbus discovers the New World, explores islands in the Caribbean, the coast of South America, establishes Spanish colonies. But by the end of the second decade of the 16th century, Spanish progress in the New World has come too little, and still they haven't found a quick way to the lucrative spice markets of the exotic East. Not only that, the Portuguese claim Brazil, while the Spanish are still chasing Arawak Island natives and trying to squeeze gold out of the Caribbean. The Spanish crazy to find a way to Asia by sailing west because the Portuguese have sewn up rights to the passage around Africa's Cape of Good Hope to get to India by sea, which only takes 2 years to get there and back, a mere hop, skip, and a jump. Magellan and his business partner, Roy Taliaferro, make a deal with the Spanish king, Carlos I, to stake out a spice route that won't make trouble with the Portuguese. In return, Magellan and Taliaferro will be governors of all lands and islands discovered, with a percentage of all goods found therein, payable in gold ducats, a monopoly on sea routes discovered, and the right to levy a fee of 1,000 ducats on any and all succeeding voyages, which they quickly figure out to be quite a lot of ducats to be made. Oh, and an island each of their own to choose from anywhere in the world. Magellan departs Spain across the Atlantic September 20, 1519 in 4 carracks and a caravel flagship, and about 270 crew members. The Portuguese soldier Antonio Galvão, chronicler and colonial administrator, writes in his History Discoveries of the World that the passage at the southern end of South America leading from the Atlantic to the Pacific Seas that we know as the Magellan Strait, known to ancient mariners as El Culo de Draco, or the Dragon's Tail. On November 1, 1520, Magellan and his fleet enter the strait that he calls the Strait of All Saints, because it's All Saints' Day when they begin the passage. Also, it's called by Magellan's chronicler, Antonio Pigafetta, the Patagonian Strait, and the Victoria Strait, to honor the first carrack of the fleet to enter. They are the first Europeans to attempt the 373-mile passage. Within 7 years, the passage is called by the name it is today, El Estrecho de Magallanes, the Magellan Strait. On this day in 1520, Magellan completes the tumultuous passage, entering open waters of the sea he claims and names El Mar Pacifico, because the still waters he finds are calm, peaceful. By the time the ragged remnants of the expedition, one remaining carrack, Victoria, laden with a cargo of 26 tons of cloves and cinnamon, returns to Spain 3 years later to the day, September 20, 1522. 4 of the 5 ships gone, wrecked. Magellan dead, killed in a fight with native tribesmen in the Philippines. 232 of the original 270 crewmen dead. Dreams of glory may prove evaporative, but the Magellan expedition, although the intention is never to do so, is the first known human circumnavigation of the planet by sea, an achievement considered so vast it has never before even been imagined. On this day in 1582, in Stratford-upon-Avon, William Shakespeare and Anne Hathaway secure a marriage license with a 40-pound bond. In 1582, Anne Hathaway, or perhaps Agnes, is 26, maybe 27, born and raised nearby in the village of Shottery. Agnes of Shottery, just west of Stratford, the daughter of yeoman farmer Old Dick Hathaway of Shottery, who leaves to his daughter one Agnes Hathaway, that's her too. Right here, it says so, right in the document. About less than £7 to be paid her upon her wedding day. Agnes, despite her advanced age, 107, if that, has somehow resisted marriage. She likes that kid, Will Shakespeare. He's a wild kid, he is. He's 18, nutty imagination, methane on the membrane, coming into the peak of his manhood, full of groats, cereal germ, and bran-rich organic fiber. Himself has got a mouth on him, says the weirdest stuff, makes her dizzy with those stories, which, understand, she likes. She likes him a lot. She grants him mating privileges, even though she knows he's nothing like husband material, and of course, he's gotten her, with child. And not just a little. In the bloom of her fecundity, she's pretty much, as the hausfraus like to say, great with child. So, come on, what to do? It's a small village. He does the right things, sort of. Doesn't have much choice with old man Dick of Shottery's pitchfork inches from his back. Will's not the famous playwright yet, so he and Agnes resolve to marry. If Will makes his play, Agnes hath a way, as they say down by the schoolyard. The marriage is guaranteed by two Stratford friends of Agnes Hathaway's father, Fulk Sandals and John Richardson, who put up the 40 pounds sterling as a bond, not a small chunk of change in those days either, to guarantee the marriage, meaning when inevitably the kid Shakespeare absconds, books, runs off, Agnes won't be left destitute. Back up to the other confusion here, historical confusion. The Hathaway family, especially old Dick, hopping mad about this unexpected pregnancy of his unmarried old maid daughter Agnes. Well, not really a maiden no longer, and although this whim Shakespeare, sometimes Shakespeare, is betrothed, documented by a Latin ban, right here in the paper, gazetted as it were, to one Annam Whately, another town trollop, a dark woman he dallies with. By blunderbuss point, he's forced into wedlock with the rapidly expanding Agnes. Result of which, as expected, the Shakespeare kid leaves Stratford before daylight soon after the vows are spoken to pursue his fortune in jolly old London town. American author Mark Twain suggests, substitute damn every time you're inclined to write very. Your editor will delete it, and the writing will be just as it should be. From Rutland, Vermont, this is Richard Alcott speaking.